My 6-year-old son was in the hospital, so I went to visit him. The hospital smelled of antiseptic and fear. My son lay small, fragile, tethered to machines that hummed like indifferent gods. I leaned over him, whispered his name, when the doctor stepped in. His eyes didn't linger on my boy. They lingered on me. "I'd like to speak with you, just the two of us." The request was too careful, too rehearsed. I nodded, kissed my son's forehead, and turned toward the door. That's when it happened. A nurse brushed past me, young, trembling fingers slipping something into my hand, a piece of paper. Scrawled in shaky, uneven handwriting, "Run, now." I didn't move, didn't breathe. I folded the paper into my fist as if crushing it could erase its meaning. But the word was already carved into me. Run. In the corridor, the doctor's voice droned, words blurred by the pounding in my skull. I nodded as if listening, but the note pulsed in my palm like a second heartbeat. Why would a nurse warn me? From what? When I returned to my son's room, my wife was already there, sitting too close, holding his hand, eyes red from something deeper than fatigue. Her gaze flicked up at me, nervous, guilty, gone before I could catch it. That look. I had seen it once before, the night she came home late, claiming she'd been with a friend. A suspicion I buried. Because I loved her, because I wanted to believe the lie. Now, the look had returned. And beneath it, another shadow. The doctor lingered near her, speaking softly, too softly. Their eyes avoided mine, but not each other's. Pieces began to shift. The warning, her guilt, the doctor's sudden interest. The betrayal was no longer a possibility. It was a living thing in the room. I smiled, calm, controlled, the smile of a man who knew nothing. But inside, a slow fire began. That night, while she slept in the chair beside our son, I left the hospital. I drove in silence, stopped at a pharmacy, bought a DNA test kit, one meant for peace of mind. Not peace, not mine. The next morning, I clipped a strand of my son's hair as gently as I could. I kept my face a mask when she asked if I was all right. I mailed the test. And then I waited. Days stretched into years in my head. I watched her. Every move, every whisper. The way she leaned too close to the doctor. The way her phone lit up, screen turned away from me. The way she cried when she thought no one was watching. I cataloged everything. Every lie that hadn't yet left her mouth. My son's laughter, faint but alive, was the only sound that kept me from breaking. But even then, a question consumed me. Was he mine? The results arrived in a plain envelope. No ceremony, no warning. I sat alone in my car, rain hammering against the windshield, and tore it open. The words were clinical, absolute. Probability of paternity, 0%. The world narrowed to silence. Every betrayal I had suspected bled into certainty. My son, my boy, my only reason for breathing was not mine. I did not scream. I did not cry. I folded the paper back into the envelope as neatly as it had come. That night, I walked into the hospital room. She looked up at me, tired, hollow-eyed. I handed her the envelope. No words, no accusations, just truth. Her face drained, hands shook as she read. And when her mouth opened, I cut her off with a single sentence. I already know. She begged, whispered my name like it could undo what she had done. Her tears were desperate, her body folded in shame. The doctor arrived moments later, summoned by her panic. His face collapsed when he saw the envelope in her hands. They thought I'd rage, that I'd break, shout, curse. But rage is a gift I don't give. I looked at them both, her ruined, him ruined, and I smiled, the smallest, coldest smile I'd ever worn. "I should thank you," I said, "because now I finally see you." I turned to the doctor. "You'll never touch him again. Not my son, not her, not anyone who matters." And then, to her, "You've already lost me. You just haven't accepted it yet." The silence that followed was their punishment. The truth stripped them bare. And I walked out. Not fast, not slow. Measured, controlled. Leaving them to drown in the wreckage they created. Outside, the night was cold. I breathed it in like freedom. My son, innocent, blameless, would always have my love. Biology couldn't sever that. But she was gone, dead to me in every way that mattered. The nurse's note still sat in my pocket. Run, now. She had been right. I had run, not with panic, but with precision. And when I glanced back at the hospital windows, I felt nothing. No sorrow, no regret. Just clarity. The kind that cuts deeper than any blade. I didn't lose a son that night. I buried a lie.